If you are an absolute beginner at the age 70, 80, or 90, and you just haven't done any muscle conditioning, the type of exercise that we actually need to get long-term health benefits, then this video is for you, especially if you are unable to get on the ground whatsoever. This is a workout with just a dining room table, basically, a belt, any type of regular belt, and then a bunch of bath towels. And you can condition your entire body this way and get really, really good results from it. See, the problem with Sit and Be Fit workouts, or there's a YouTube channel, More Life Health Seniors, it's basically the same thing. It's not exercise, it's physiotherapy. So what is exercise? This is actually my third free PDF that I'm going to give away, and it's in the description box. And this is just this workout exactly. It's basically a good portion of the whole entire body for people that are extremely unconditioned, 70, 80, 90. So one of my clients, she was my oldest client that I've ever had, 96, her name's Dr. Helen Key. And she passed away this February, and she was a very spunky older lady. If I were suggesting a workout to her and she were alive today, this would be that workout. This is a good starting point for absolutely everyone that hasn't been conditioned at all. If my parents weren't to the more highly conditioned level that they were at right now, in their mid-70s, this is the workout that I would have them start with. So what we do know is that intensity is what's responsible for the majority of the health benefits that come from doing long-term exercise. The delivery mechanism is a microscopic protein called myokine. Myokines are released into the bloodstream during very intense exercise. What I mean by intense is putting forth a lot of effort. You know the old adage of you get what you put in. That's actually true for exercise as well. The amount of effort that we put into it is exactly the health benefits that we're going to get back. And Dr. Henneman's size principle explains this very well. Motor units are responsible for a certain amount of muscle fibers being recruited. And a full motor unit can be anything from 3 muscle fibers all the way up to thousands of muscle fibers. So all Dr. Henneman's size principle says is that motor units are recruited in order from small to large. And so that means the very last bit, when we can't hold on any longer through that exercise, when our muscles are hitting a point of what's called momentary muscular failure, where it's so intense that we just simply have to lower out of the exercise and stop it. The great thing, of course, is that we can do this all at the dinner table. So tomorrow I'm going to release a video, and it's going to be all lower body. And then the next day I'm going to release a video, and it's going to be all upper body. And it's going to cover a few exercises for each one. And like I said, the PDF down below also covers those. But I want to give you an idea of what we're talking about a little bit deeper when we say intensity and can't hold on any longer. We're not even talking about the place where the muscles begin to burn. In fact, you'll see as I just explain this a little bit deeper before I go for today, before tomorrow's video, there is a link that I'll also leave in the corner here. I left a video for myokines a little bit back, and then of course I'll leave a video here that explains a little bit deeper the timed static contractions that I'm talking about. There's a PDF that's released in that video also. There are a lot of people over the years who have taught these very high intensity strength training principles. Arthur Jones, of course, was one of the most important. Dr. Doug McGuff wrote a book, Body by Science, that really popularized these principles with machines in a very, very low friction machine environment, almost a clinical controlled environment that can be applied in a gym. In fact, my biggest course is about all of that methodology. Taught it for about 7 years in that setting. these same principles being applied to this. Ken Hutchins wrote the Super Slow Manual, contributed hugely to the machines aspect of it, and he wrote many books years later, and he's doing with a lot of his clients this protocol that is immensely useful because it's so safe, and people can do this that aren't conditioned at all, and they can see immense benefits without having to have any machines. So that's what this is all about. This is the stimulus that the body needs biologically. What we're talking about here is a workout based on science, and it's not based on mythology. There's so much mythology about senior citizens that their body somehow needs some other different biological stimulus than the one that everybody else needs in order to grow and to have these, wonderful health benefits that come in turn. And then, of course, the better health benefits from having more muscle on your body is just another wonderful side effect, of the workout, essentially. And I've done a lot of different isometric programs, static hold programs over the years, and I found that this method of gently increasing intensity as time moves forward has been the best way for my parents to get results doing this. In fact, they said that it was more intense than some of their Nautilus machine workouts, which is wonderful. This is exactly what, is what everybody needs, some sort of strength training, And for those people, of course, that don't want to be in the gym, this is a perfect alternative for you. In fact, most 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds would just shake their head and think there's no way I would ever go to a gym. And of course, that's most people's thought process too. So that's why I'm here in many ways. The theory behind it is this, and I explained it a little bit better in that video up above, but we have 3 levels of gently increasing intensity levels, pushing. And we start out pushing with a very moderate amount of effort. Never quickly moving at all, just gently increasing intensity. We stay with that intensity for about 30 seconds. We increase that pressure against the immovable object just very slowly over the course of 5 seconds to push almost as hard as we dare. And then after another 30 seconds, that same slow increase to push for the last 30 seconds as hard as you dare. Generally, we're going to be pushing against immovable objects. That's why we're using a dinner table. In fact, we'd prefer it to be pretty heavy, and we prefer for the chair to not have to be able to move very easily on the floor. The idea at the very end of this is to be using absolutely as much intensity as you possibly can push with, but doing it in a way that is absolutely safe as well. So if you were to just release and let go of this as an exercise, you would basically either just sit down or drop some towels into your lap or something of that nature. It's completely safe to do. So we'll get started with that tomorrow. You can download that PDF right down below. This is the all dining room table. No getting down on the floor for this. This is really for deconditioned people. So please share this video if you can for people who really want to begin exercising, don't know where to begin, can't get on the floor, and this is going to really help them out. All 3 of these videos will be in a playlist. I'll see you on the next video. We'll be doing the lower body tomorrow.